Do you often have to make decisions in your daily life?
Yes, I do. Even simple things like planning my meals or managing my study schedule require constant decision-making. But lately, because I'm preparing for IELTS and balancing personal projects, I feel like I'm making more decisions than usual. Some are small, but others genuinely affect my routine and long-term goals.
Are you good at making quick decisions?
I'd say it depends. When it comes to practical matters, like choosing what to wear or where to eat, I can decide instantly. But when the situation involves people, emotions, or long-term consequences, I definitely take my time. I like to analyze options carefully before committing to anything.
Do you prefer making decisions alone or with someone's help?
I usually start alone because I like evaluating things privately first. But eventually, I ask for advice from someone I trust, usually a close friend or someone knowledgeable. Getting an outside perspective helps me consider things I may have overlooked. Still, the final decision is always mine.
Has anyone influenced the way you make decisions?
Yes, my former teacher had a huge influence. She always encouraged us to think logically, gather information, and avoid impulsive choices. Her method was simple. List the pros and cons, consider how each option aligns with your values, and then choose the one that supports your long-term goals. I still use that approach today.
Is it easy for young people to make decisions nowadays?
Not really. Even though young people have more information available, that can actually make things harder. Too many options can create confusion. And because of social media, people sometimes worry too much about what others think. That pressure can make decision-making a stressful process.
Describe a difficult decision you had to make. You should say what the decision was, when you made it, what you decided, and explain why it was difficult.
One difficult decision I had to make happened about 2 years ago, when I had to choose between accepting a full-time job offer or continuing my studies. At that time, I was finishing a course, and I suddenly received an unexpected opportunity to work for a company I really liked. The salary was good, the environment seemed positive, and it felt like a secure path. However, I also knew that if I accepted the job, I wouldn't be able to continue my studies. The schedule was extremely demanding, and balancing both things would have been almost impossible. I spent almost 2 weeks thinking about it, because both options had real advantages. During that time, I created lists, talked to friends, and even imagined how my daily routine would look with each choice. I asked myself what I wanted for my future, not just for the next few months. In the end, I decided to continue studying. I felt that investing more time in my education would open better opportunities later. It was difficult because the job offer was very tempting. There was the fear of missing out on something stable and beneficial. But looking back, I'm glad I trusted my intuition. The decision taught me that sometimes the right choice is the one that aligns with your long-term growth, even if it's not the easiest or the most comfortable at the moment.
Why do people sometimes struggle to make decisions?
I think people struggle mainly because decisions involve uncertainty. Humans naturally want to avoid risk, so when we're unsure of the outcome, we hesitate. Another factor is emotional pressure. People fear disappointing others or making the wrong choice. Also, modern life gives us too many options, which can lead to decision fatigue.
Do you think making mistakes helps people make better decisions later?
Absolutely. Mistakes are extremely valuable because they teach you what doesn't work. When someone makes a bad decision, they gain real-life experience, which is something no book or advice can replicate. People also become more aware of their priorities after a mistake. They understand themselves better. In the long run, mistakes create resilience and stronger judgment.
Why do some people prefer letting others decide for them?
Some people don't trust their own judgment, especially if they grew up in environments where their opinions were not valued. Others avoid responsibility because they don't want to feel guilty if things go wrong. And sometimes people rely on others simply because it's easier. They assume someone else knows more or has more experience.
How can parents help children learn to make good decisions?
Parents can guide their children by allowing them to make small choices from a young age, such as choosing what to wear or what activity to do. As they grow older, parents can introduce more complex decisions and teach them how to evaluate consequences. The key is giving children space to choose while still offering support and gentle supervision.
Hey there! I'm offering you a 10% discount today on my full IELTS course, which covers all 4 skills: speaking, writing, reading, and listening. With this course, you'll learn to write strong essays, speak with confidence, and understand complex texts. I'm here to help you reach a passing score and move closer to your professional goals in English. Don't miss this opportunity. Enroll now and get 10% off. You'll find the link in the description below. Start working toward your IELTS goals today. Take your English to the next level. Check the description for the course link. Alright, now let's continue with the video. Do you think decision-making is a skill people can learn?
100% yes. Decision-making improves with practice. People can learn to gather information, analyze options, identify risks, and trust their intuition. They can also develop emotional control, which is essential because fear often blocks rational thinking. With time and reflection, decision-making becomes faster, clearer, and more confident.
How is decision-making different in business compared to personal life?
In business, decisions must be logical, data-driven, and based on evidence. Emotions still exist, of course, but they must be controlled. Companies often use frameworks, research, and teamwork to reduce risks. In personal life, decisions are more emotional. People consider family, relationships, dreams, fears, and personal values. Both fields require good judgment, but the process feels completely different.
Do you think technology will influence decision-making in the future?
Definitely. Artificial intelligence will become a major guide for decisions: financial, medical, educational, and even social decisions. AI can analyze huge amounts of data instantly and predict outcomes better than humans. However, humans will still need emotional intelligence and ethical judgment. Technology can recommend, but ultimately people must choose what aligns with their values.